Good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where and when you're watching from. If you are watching this on the replay, let me know in the comments. Just give me a hashtag replay. Tell me where you're watching from and when, just because I'm nosy and I'd like to know. Welcome to the first Cognitive Bias video of 2021, after having a slightly extended Christmas break from it all, which was lovely. I hope everyone is well. Great that I can see people watching. I apologise in advance if I don't respond to your comments. It's because I might not be seeing them all, because StreamYard's been a little bit funny with that. Anyway, on to what I'm talking about today. Today's video is all about sunk cost fallacy, or sunk cost bias. And this is a very, very common cognitive bias. It's something that has the potential to have a really, really huge limiting impact on people's lives. Which is very sad, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to make sure that I addressed it in this series and covered it. So, what is it? Very, very simply, let's use a ridiculous example, shall we? Let's imagine that you've decided to go round and see your friend for a cup of tea. You're halfway there when your friend gives you a call to say that they're not actually going to be in. They've had to shoot off somewhere, and that they'll have to reschedule another time. Being halfway to their house, you realise that you've already made half the journey, so you may as well keep going and go to your friend's house anyway, even though no one's going to be there, and once you get there, all you can do is turn around and go home. Who would do that? Who would carry on that journey? Because you've already started that journey, so, you've got to finish what you started, right? I don't think anyone would really follow through on that. You might decide that, seeing as you've already left your house, you're going to go and do something else. You're going to make use of the fact that you're already out and about and now you have some free time, sure. But you wouldn't just carry on and go to their house because that's what you decided you were going to do, would you? So, basically, the sunk cost is anything you've already put into something. So that could be money, is obviously a very common one, and you'll find lots of economists and financial people talking about sunk cost in a financial sense. But it can also be time, energy, effort, all sorts of things, whatever you've already put into something, invested into something. And sunk cost fallacy or bias tells us that we have a tendency to judge our future decisions based on the sunk cost that we've already put into it. Good morning, James Chisholm. I can see your comments. So in this example of traveling to a friend's house, you get that phone call that says, actually, I'm not going to be in. Sorry, I've had to shoot off somewhere. Something's happened. I'll have to take a rain check. We'll arrange this another time. The sunk cost is the time you've already put into getting ready, leaving the house, the fuel you've used to get halfway there. The fallacy, the bias then comes in going, well, I'm halfway here, I may as well carry on. But it's pointless, because you're driving to somewhere that you're driving to a destination that you can't do anything with, you can't access it, you can't utilize that. It would be like, here's an example that you've probably, hi Steve, probably have actually experienced something similar to this yourself. You've bought tickets to go and see a film. You get partway through the film and it's dull. You're just not into it. It's not a great film. You're quite disappointed. But you sit there and watch the rest of the film anyway because, well, you've already bought the ticket, so you may as well. It's really easy when you're in that situation to think, well, I've invested this time into it. I may as well get my money's worth or get out of it what I put into it. Or like you buy something to eat and you don't like it, but you don't want to waste food. You've already spent the money, so you're going to finish it, but you're not going to enjoy it. Or you're already full, but you carry on eating because you got to finish what you started, right? See, sometimes it can be useful, but a lot of the time it creates real barriers and blocks for us. It's okay to stop. It's okay to change direction. The key to overcoming this and not letting this be a barrier and a problem and something that holds you back and limits you largely comes down to being aware of it, which is the case with so many of these cognitive biases that I talk about. But when you're appraising and making a decision, if you realize that you're not happy with something or something's not going as you like, sure, look at what you can do differently and how you can change things. I'm not saying just run away. Be persistent by all means if you believe that it's going to lead to something better, if you believe that there's improvement. Morning, Jess. But if you find yourself just doing this because you started doing this so you feel you need to carry on with it, stop and ask yourself, actually, is this what you really want? What would you prefer to happen in the future, and how can you make that happen? Doesn't matter what time you've put into it. If you've already spent a lot of money, a lot of energy, a lot of time on something, spending twice that amount of time, energy, and money to get exactly the same result and get nowhere, or to end up in a place that you didn't even want to be in because you didn't have the experience, knowledge, and understanding now that you did at the start, doesn't help you. It's not a good thing to do. You don't get proud of the fact that you persevered to end up somewhere you didn't want to be. It's okay to learn, grow, develop, and change direction. If you get all excited about a relationship and then you discover something else about the person or about yourself, or you grow and change in different ways at different paces, and the relationship's not working anymore, it's okay to change that. It's okay to work at it, but take the time to look at where you want to be in the future, what you really want, aside from what you've already put in and what it's already cost you. Because that sunk cost is already gone. That time, energy, money, effort, it's already spent. You will never get that back. And hey, if you're feeling like you're not gaining anything for having put that time, money, and effort in, even if you have nothing to show for it that's material or that's there, that's present, that's obvious, you've still learned something. You've still taken an opportunity to learn and to grow. And hey, you're less likely to make similar mistakes again in the future, so long as you recognize it and make that choice to change. So that's sunk cost fallacy. If you're in a difficult place, a difficult situation, if you're not happy, if you've been working in a job that you don't really love, but you're chasing that next promotion and you've got that bit further and you've got that bit further, but you realize it's not really where you want to be, but you've spent so many years working to get there. Do you know what? It's scary to change. It's scary to leave that familiar comfort. But just imagine how different things could be if you use that time experience that you've gained to invest it in something else that is going to move you forward to where you really want to be. Sunk costs are just that. They're already sunk. They're already gone. They're in the past. Don't live your future based on what you have done in the past. Don't base tomorrow on what you did yesterday. Learn the lessons from yesterday and decide to move yourself forward to where you really want to be. And of course, if you need help with that, get in touch. That's what I'm here for. So that's sunk cost bias or sunk cost fallacy. There's loads of things that you can find about that online, particularly from the financial side of things. If you've got any questions, whack them in the comments now, or get in touch. I will be more than happy to talk to you about them and discuss it further. Thanks everyone for listening. And of course, I will be back here again, same time next week with another cognitive bias, which we'll be exploring. And if you want to see all the other videos that I've done in the past around cognitive biases, they're all in one place on my YouTube channel. Just search Mind Affinity on YouTube and you should find a smiley picture of me. Or head to my Facebook page, again, at Mind Affinity, and you'll be able to see all the videos there on my page. Thanks everyone for watching. Steve, you are very welcome. I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to chatting to you all again soon. Have a great day. Go out there and make the decision today to do something based on your future, not based on your past. Go out there and find a way to really enjoy and embrace something about your day to day. And I hope you have an amazing day. Thanks everyone for listening.